On Mother's Day, I take my mom to a hotel final part that would be Lynette Sink, the procurement director, but she had always been upright and low profile. Not to mention, she was about to retire soon. There was no way she would pull something like this. If it wasn't Lynette, who could interfere with the procurement of this five-star hotel and allow someone under them to launder money this blatantly, I didn't take a single bite of that ridiculously expensive meal, and neither did Mom. I planned to get the room key, settle down, then find a charger to power up my phone and figure out what was going on. Last name, Harrison. Please give me the key card for the presidential suite reserved in the system, I said, handing my ID to the front desk receptionist. The receptionist was just about to enter the information into the computer when Jacob suddenly snatched my ID away. He glanced at it, then casually tossed it onto the counter. The presidential suite is reserved for my godsister to host important guests, he said, crossing his arms proudly and rolling his eyes. People like you who had to hesitate over paying a $1,500 meal bill are only worthy of staying in the cheapest standard room in the farthest corner of the first floor. My brows furrowed. I had personally been involved in the design of this hotel. The presidential suite on the top floor had always been marked as CEO reserved in the internal system. Without my private authorization code, no one was allowed to change the room status. Now, the top-tier suite I had reserved for myself had been downgraded without my permission. I finally reached my limit. Without another word, I walked around the counter and entered the front desk work area. Hey, what do you think you're doing? The receptionist shouted. I pushed her aside and placed both hands on the keyboard. As the hotel's actual controlling shareholder and one of the people involved in designing the system architecture, I could recite the system's backdoor commands even with my eyes closed. Within a few quick moves, I pulled up the status logs for the presidential suite. Looking at the data on the screen, I was so angry that I actually laughed. Starting last month, the presidential suite, which was listed at $1,300 per night, had been secretly rented out by the hour for $300 to a certain group. Every afternoon, they brought dozens of people in and took turns taking photos inside. It was obvious they were using my hotel to pretend they were wealthy socialites. I didn't actually care about that kind of activity, but what I couldn't accept was that they were using the suite I had personally reserved for myself. Charging $300 per hour meant earning $2,400 in just 8 hours. That money had most likely all gone straight into Jacob's and his godsister's private accounts. Immediately, I laid out everything I had just deduced. A flash of panic crossed Jacob's face, but he quickly turned the accusation back on me. You're making things up, he barked, pointing at me. You illegally hacked into the hotel's computer system. He then shouted toward the security guards outside, Security, this man is a dangerous hacker who's just infiltrated our system to steal our corporate secrets. Remove them from the premises now. Several security guards immediately lunged forward. Mom pointed at the lead guard and warned him, try touching it.